Hey guys, welcome back to the Homestead Nurse channel. My name is Becky, and in this channel I pretty much film my homesteading journey and recipes along the way. And today I'm going to show you an easy recipe, homemade jelly. I haven't bought actual jelly in probably over a year now. It all started when my kids really at one point wanted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all the time for lunch, especially my toddler, who doesn't like to eat pretty much anything, if anybody can relate to having a toddler in the house. But she loved peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So all the jellies in the supermarket were really just had so many additives in it, high corn fructose syrup in it. It was expensive, and the things that were, you know, considered okay, at least for my standards, for my kids, because everybody's different. Some people can't really, you know, get the high quality whatever in the supermarket, and including myself. So I really didn't want to spend $8 and $9 for a little thing of jelly. And so then I just started to make my own jelly, and I make my own jelly in all different types of ways when it comes to fruits. I mean, right now I have frozen fruit, so that's what I'm going to use right now. But if I had fresh fruit, I would use fresh fruit. I mix the fruit, and it's really easy. It comes out great, and my kids love it. That's the most important. If it tastes good, then it's a keeper when it comes to any recipe in my home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make my homemade jelly. It's a bag of frozen fruit or fresh fruit. I'm using blueberries. You can use strawberries, you can use blackberries, or any type of berry or fruit you want to make a jelly with. And then I use honey as my sweetener. This is honey from a local farm in my area, but any sweetener you can use. If you want to use sugar, use sugar. If you want to use maple syrup, use maple syrup. I use honey as my sweetener of choice. So some honey, lime, and or lemon, either one. I found that when I first did lemon in the beginning, it worked well, and then I tried lime one day because I didn't have a lemon, and it was actually even better. I like I like lime better than lemon. It gives a little bit more, like a little punch of sweetness. And then chia seeds in order for it to get thickened. So I don't use pectin, I just use chia seeds, and it works like a charm. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how it all comes together. Now when it comes to what type of pot I use, it really matters for me, because I blend my jelly, and in order for it to not splash in my face, I have to use a pot that has a more deeper. I use a little bit more deeper pot. So if you have something like this, which is pretty big, I would recommend using something this size, just because later you'll see why. But this is the type of pan I use always for my jelly. Anything smaller is just too small. Bigger, you can go bigger. But yeah, this is a good perfect size pot to use. Now it really depends how much you want to make. This is the size jar that I'm going to be using. Do 1.5 cups of frozen. I'm going to go ahead and set my pan to a medium heat. I like to use a stainless steel spoon for this. Just easy cleanup. It doesn't stain as much as if you use like a wood spoon. Let that heat up and have all the juices come out. If I had strawberries, I'll put strawberries. Had half strawberries, half blueberries, whatever you want. Blackberries, raspberries, whatever. I don't put the honey till later, so I just let it cook for a little bit until there's more juices. At this point, when I feel them a little bit soft, the berries, and I see more juices coming out, I'm going to go ahead and cut my lemon. So I just use half a lemon, maybe like a tablespoon. Make sure the seeds don't come out, kind of leave your hand here to catch them if they do fall. Lemon is good, it gives it some sweetness, and it also preserves the color. So this was about 4 minutes. It took those frozen berries to that. The juices are already flowing. Then I just squish my berries with the end of my spoon to see how soft they are. And if a good amount of them are being squished, then I know that I'm ready for the honey. I put about a tablespoon of honey for my sweetener. If you feel like you want more honey, when you taste it, then add more. And I lower it down from medium heat to low heat. It's been about 5 to 6 minutes, and that's more than enough time to move on to the next step. This is why I use a large enough pan in order for me to blend so it won't splat, because it is hot, so be careful with this part. You could burn yourself. I kind of stay back when I use my immersion blender, so I use this to blend. I shut the heat off, so that's done. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it and try to stay away as much as possible when I blend. I like to, since it's not that many blueberries that I put in here, what I do is I let the blueberries fall in one corner of the pot, and I just go ahead and blend that part. You can see it blended up a good amount. There's still chunks in there, but it's not as bad as having the full blueberries, so it really depends how you like your jelly. If I wanted it to blend it up more, I'll just blend it up more. So after you blend it to your liking, just get a smaller spoon, go ahead and pour what you blended in your glass jar. I recommend glass jars than plastic jars for jelly. So I'm going to go ahead and just put everything in here. So there you go. This was 1.5 cups of blueberries. After I do that, I get my chia seeds. I put a tablespoon. This chia seed container comes with like a little black spoon, so I just kind of fill that up. Just do 1 tablespoon of that. Get the same spoon you used and just mix it in. And there you go. So you go ahead and you add the chia seeds and you mix it up. And it's still warm, so I'll just leave it on the counter here until it cools down. And then I'll go ahead and place a top. I buy these little tops right on there, and I will just pop it in my refrigerator, and it's all done. That's it. I mean, it's really simple. I leave the jelly on the counter, and about 2 hours, if you leave it out, it will have a jelly consistency. Just pop it in the refrigerator and use it maybe for at least a week and a half maybe. Use your best judgment of when it comes to food spoilage and if things go bad. If my kids are not eating enough peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or I see it in the refrigerator for a couple days, maybe 3 or 4 days, and no one's touched it, I'll go ahead and be resourceful and use it for different things. And so one of the things I'll use it for is toppings on pancakes, on cakes. I'll put it in anything I'm baking. I'll also use it to make popsicles. I can just pour this in a mold with applesauce and a banana and blend it up and use that for a popsicle, or mix it in with yogurt and put it in the mold. And if you want to add some sweetness, you can add some honey or maple syrup and freeze it, and there goes some popsicles. So those are some creative ways to use jelly before it goes bad. It doesn't have preservatives like jelly in the store, so you're gonna have to be a little bit aware of how long you have it in the refrigerator. But honestly, it doesn't stay in my refrigerator very long. All my kids love this jelly. Yeah, it's really easy, and I hope you guys enjoy my jelly recipe. If you like this video, please like it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.